in the house, and that means that always people are late. And that's why I want to share some leadership principles. And then afterwards, I will be looking back at 2025 very shortly because we have some major speakers following up right after. So, some leadership principles. Because before we begin, I want to anchor this room with a few leadership principles. Not rules, not pressure, but principles. You know, leadership is not about titles, but leadership is about behavior, especially when no one is watching. And the first principle I always have, and that's why I open this box always 15 minutes before 3 p.m., leaders are always on time. Not because of discipline alone, but because time communicates value. And when a leader is early, they say this matters. But when a leader is late, they don't just lose minutes, they lose momentum. So if you're here on time, you already showed leadership, and thank you for that. Thank you for being on time if you were here on time. If you were too late, you probably missed the speech of our CEO, Martin. That's a thing to think about. What if Jonas would have been here, our founder, and you were too late? Wow, that would be missing out a lot. All right, so if you're not too late, so if you're in time, you know the standard. If you were not in time, now you know the standard. Well, leaders always bring their teams. Leadership is never a solo activity. Because if you grow alone, you're not leading, but you're consuming. And we are not a group of consumers. We are a group of leaders. Well, leaders think in multiplication, not attendance. They don't ask, what do I get from this? They ask, who needs to hear this because I care about the future? So leaders don't just show up, but they show up with people. Very, very important. They always show up with people. I was distracted by one text. I will say it later on in the chat. Well, the other thing, the last thing in this principle part of my short presentation is that leaders keep duplicating. And let's be honest, 2025 tested it. Duplication was not always easy. Belief was challenged sometimes. Momentum was interrupted. But leaders don't stop duplicating because the season is hard. They adjust, they refine, and they continue. And here's the difference now. We are not stepping into 2026 with hope alone. We are stepping in with clarity, with structure, and with some of the most powerful products and systems this company has ever had. So today is not about catching up, but it's about resetting standards. And if you recognize yourself in these principles, then I need you to stay close, because what we are about to build requires leaders who move on time, who move together, and who move forward. So that is why I'm starting with these principles for a reason, for a special reason. Because the session you're in today is not accidental. And it's not just another training. I said we're not doing a full leadership training today. But very soon in this session, the other part of C management will step into this room. We already have seen Martin, our CEO. And we will see Raj and Julianne. And they will not step in for applause or for noise or whatever, but they step in for purpose. And you know, leadership perspective only lands when the room itself is aligned, in time, together, and ready to duplicate again. Because what you are about to hear only makes sense if we're honest about where we have been. And when I look back at 2025, I don't see a simple year. I see two phases: progress and pressure, growth and grinding, faith tested and foundations rebuilt. And that's what tonight is really about. Not defending the past and not relieving the pain, but understanding the why behind the season. Because you know 2026 is not about recovery. It's about building forward with clarity, with structure, and with leadership that has been refined, not broken. So I want you to take a breath, lean in, because this is where the story starts to make sense. And before we go to this little overview of 2025, let's first give some attention to the Raphael hat. Raphael is celebrating his birthday today. So let's give some kudos to Raphael. Let's celebrate him with a lot of kudos coming over the screen for Raphael. And we wish you a much better year than the past year. We wish you a year with prosperity, with success, with love, with health. And I know 2025 was not that easy for you, but you will come back stronger than ever before in 2026. So Raphael, God bless. Love you on behalf of everyone online. And let's move on to the flashback of 2025 and a little flash forward of 2026. And for those who are plugging in right now, then you are late. You missed our CEO, Mr. Martin Bijlsma. Well, 2025, it was a year with two faces. And you know, when I look back at 2025, I see a year with two faces, and I want you to feel this with me, because this was not just a calendar year. This was a leadership year, a refining year, a separating year. And I want you to type ready in the chat if you're willing to look at 2025 honestly, not emotionally, but truthfully. And we don't check the chat right now because of time. Just type ready in the chat. I will see it afterwards in the lineup of the chat. Just type ready in the chat if you're willing to look at 2025 honestly, not emotionally, but truthfully. From my eyes as a leader, as a trainer, as someone who stood on digital stages week after week, 2025 was intense. It was heavy at times. It was confronting. And at the same time, dear leaders, it was powerful. Let me tell you something about busy versus effective. And this is something from the past year. Because productivity was everywhere, but income was not always following. And that was one of the biggest wake-up calls of this year. I worked hard. Many of you worked hard. Long hours, calls, chats, content, Zooms. But productivity doesn't equal income. And I want you to let that sink in for a second. And I want you to type something in the chat. And you have three choices. Type 1 if you felt busy this year. Type 2 if you felt effective. And type 3 if you realized there is a difference. And if you have not been effective, be honest. Just type 1. You felt busy, but you have not been effective. It's not a problem. But if we acknowledge how we felt this year, we can work on that. You know, busy doesn't equal effective. Not at all. So clarity beats effort. Well, this year forced us to relearn that being busy inside funnels, algorithms, AI tools, and social platforms, it doesn't automatically mean you're building leverage. And you know, I had to sharpen my clarity as leader. Not more effort, but better direction. And that's where the clarity tool came back into my leadership again. Clarity of where I am. Clarity of where I'm going. And clarity of what actually moves the needle. Well, direction over emotion. And you know, I'm going to talk to some of you. Raphael, this was a year where clarity mattered more than motivation. Robin, I think you're online. Maybe, I hope you can stay online all the time, but I know you're traveling and your Wi-Fi can be blurry sometimes, but this was a year where direction beats emotion. Josephine, you don't need more hours. You need a clearer target. Well, of course, we had the money conversation. That was there as well. So let's be honest. Money is not evil. But lack of clarity around money is what creates fear. Money is a tool. It's a neutral amplifier. And in 2025, I saw people avoid money conversations because of pain from the past. And I saw others finally embrace responsibility again. So I want you to type money in the chat if you're done apologizing for wanting financial growth. Type it in the chat, money, that word only. If you're done apologizing for wanting financial growth. And we move on to the next slide, because let's say something about money and impact. Lydia, you don't build impact without resources. Smoo, vision without funding is frustration. Aurelio and Rhonda, this year proved again, money is not the enemy. Ignorance is. And these are tough words sometimes. But it is true. And we all want to have impact. Well, C1 as a company also had two phases in 2025. Pain and progress. Pressure and rebuilding. And I want to say this clearly and publicly. What C1 management did this year, it mattered. Because very important decisions were made. Structure was rebuilt. Look at South Africa. What an amazing structure that has been rebuilt, and it's still moving on. Look at Philippines. The structure is being rebuilt. Really powerful. And I thank you for that, leaders. And I thank you for that C1 management, because let's look at those countries. The number one countries in the beginning of C1. And they are moving again with the help of an amazing and powerful network team. You know, systems were strengthened. Compliance technology, leadership alignment, transparency, long-term vision. And this was not noise, but this was foundation work. That is so powerful about C1 as a company and C1 management. Well, I want you to type respect. Just the word respect, if you recognize the work, what was done behind the scenes. What was done behind the scenes within C1, within that amazing office here in Dubai. And my brother, Mr. Smile, this is what real companies do in hard seasons. Arlen, this is what leadership looks like when it's tested. And Linda, rebuilding is not loud, but it lasts. And I'm forgetting the slides to build it up. Sorry for that, guys. Yes, there is something else that defined 2025. And that is small shifts. Kaizen adjustments. Tiny adjustments compounded over time. Not hype, not shortcuts, but consistency. And I watched leaders stop trying to leap and start stepping. One better message, one clearer follow-up, one stronger story, one better question. You know, suddenly momentum returned. So I want you to type shift in the chat if you made at least one small change this year that changed everything. Type it in the chat, shift. If you made this one small change, maybe a very small shift, a Kaizen shift. It can be very small. Well, then of course we have the emotional driver. People don't move because of logic alone. They move either away from pain or toward pleasure. Well, 2025 showed me how many were still running away from pain instead of running toward purpose. Well, I can tell you, pain is a poor long-term motivator. Vision is stronger. And when you build only to escape fear, you eventually stop. But when you build toward a future, you endure. Very simple. So type forward in the chat if you're done reacting and ready to choose direction. forward. Type it in the chat. Let me know in the chat that we move on to the next slide. The farmer's rut. Something we have been talking about, I think, 2 weeks ago. Well, this was one of the strongest images of 2025, the farmer's rut. The same field, the same rows, the same routine. And slowly, without noticing, the wheels dig deeper. This year exposed ruts, personal ruts, leadership ruts, communication ruts. And the danger is not failing into the rut, but the danger is getting comfortable in it. So I want you to type something else in the chat right now. I expect your interactivity really, really deep today. I want you to type out. The word out. If you refuse to stay stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. Type out in the chat if you refuse to stay stuck in the rut. And start living what you teach. As a leadership trainer, 2025, it stretched me. Every training, every session, every conversation, it forced me to sharpen my own alignment. And I couldn't teach what I wasn't living. I couldn't ask for clarity if I wasn't clear. And I couldn't talk about growth if I wasn't willing to grow first. Very simple. Stories over theory. And that's last week. When we look at last week, we closed the final leadership training of the year. Not with noise, but with reflection. And today we open something special. A massive testimonial booth. Stories, real voices, real journeys, real futures. Because transformation is not theoretical, it's personal. And then we can look into 2026. And as we stand here in the atmosphere of Christmas, light in the darkness, hope in uncertainty, we don't just look back, we look forward. 2026 is not about recovering. It's about building with clarity, with systems, with belief, with better leadership. So type 2026 in the chat if you're not dragging 2025's fear into next year. Type 2026 in the chat if you're not dragging 2025's fear into the next year. Well, I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful to the leaders who stayed. I'm grateful for the lessons. I'm grateful for C1 management, who did the hard work to put us back on solid ground. And I'm grateful for what's ahead. Because when clarity returns, momentum follows. When small shifts compound, growth accelerates. And when leaders stand up again, futures change. So we are building forward. And this was 2025. 2 phases, 1 foundation. And 2026, that's where we build forward. Well, dear leaders, that was my introduction for the last session of 2025. And now we go back to C1 office. Let me ask Raj, I hope you put your bed over there for if you have to swim back home. I have to ask this. We expect a lot of rain here in Dubai. Raj and Julianne and some other people, they are still in C1 office. So I hope they don't need to sleep over at C1 office. Although it's the 21st floor, so they will not get wet feet. But let's go back to C1 office. Let's go back to Raj and Julianne for the next part. Also probably a flashback, also probably a flash forward. I don't know what they will be telling to you today, but listen carefully to today's C1 management story. Raj and Julianne, I'll give you the floor. I don't know where you are. Let's see.
Thank you so much, and a very good, beautiful, powerful afternoon to all of our family there. We're in Dubai, and the climate outside is super great. It's raining with a beautiful cloud right in front of our office that you can see. And in this beautiful weather, what an amazing inspiration it was to look at the presentation, Eddie, that you've shared. Thank you so much. It's such a great perspective to sometimes look at things which probably is right in front of us, but we never see that. Well, Smile is here. Thank you, Smile. We have so many of you. Robin is here. Wishing you a very happy birthday, Rafael, my friend. Been a long time. All right, perfect. Going ahead, I'm not going to take a lot of time because I believe, Eddie, you've covered most of the perspectives, most of the thoughts in the most beautiful ways that you can from your presentation. Adelaide is here, I can see that. I can only tell you one thing, that it is the end of the year. Whatever you have done, even if you have just logged into your back office, please make sure you pat yourself. Very good. That one small little step can change a lot of things. And here we are talking about a very reformed, a revolutionary C1, which is giving you great products, services in the last couple of months that you've seen. And I'm quite positive with how the things would unfold at the end of quarter one and quarter two when it comes to Corbit, C-Link, UNX, and so on and so forth. We have not made any official comments regarding it yet, but I'm sure that in January, second week of January, you'll be having a revised roadmap, and this roadmap would be executed and implemented roadmap rather than just a roadmap which is sitting in your back office. Now, I do understand that there are a lot of you who have been asking me about this, but I really wish that I had a solution to it. But since I do not have the solution or the answer to it, I do not really know myself. But I am also dependent on Cambix and other third-party product partners that we have in C1. Now, what is under our controllable factor? We have done the best, be it the stratified tag markets, where members are looking at profits, earning profits. And I believe it's also become a great door opener, because I was having a chat with some of the fantastic leaders across the world, and they told me that, we are onboarding people, we are onboarding new members, first to Stratify, where they put in something and just start seeing the money coming in with different profits, losses happening every day. With that, it builds a confidence, and through that, we inject them into C1, because for them, 10 level sponsor line bonus is amazing, great, but what they also know that 1:3 binary is something that can give them quite a lot. So it totally depends on which strategy you've used. It totally depends on how you want to maneuver your journey. I can also tell you one thing a little in advance. It's not out yet, but maybe during Christmas this year, we will be having some fantastic opportunity as well for all of you, that you can go ahead and make sure to take that first step once again. It's been a great year. It's been, I would say, a productive year on a lot of aspects, but yes, a lot is yet to remain. We still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of doors to open, and we want to do it now with the concrete foundation, with a fantastic solid foundation that we can. So I would thank you, each and every one of you, for all the efforts, all the questions, the inquisitiveness that has come across. And I can just tell you one thing, that yes, money is important, but money is a tool, like Eddie said. And I do understand that money is the most important thing as well in today's world. So we are here to earn some money. We are here to make a living. We are here to make a difference. But please make sure to keep your goals higher. And for anything that the network team can support, we definitely would go ahead and support on that. So these were my 2 cents. I wish you all a great journey, a great days ahead till the end of this year. Merry Christmas to you in advance. And now I'd like to call on Julian, my fantastic friend as well, on the call. Julie, are you here? I think Julian needs to be a co-host.
We'll take care of it right away. Co-host confirmed. Yes, Julian is co-host. Julian, join us.
Hello, everyone. Amazing to be here. Wonderful to be here with you all. And first of all, a Merry Christmas in advance to you all and a happy and prosperous New Year. A happy and prosperous New Year to you all. Yes, 2025. It's been an amazing year. It's been a wonderful year. 1 year for me, and getting to know you all has been nothing short of wonderful. I can say that. Yes, we've all had a great start, I can say, because we have been down and now we have revived. So we have had a great start already. What are we looking forward to in 2026? So it should all start with us, with me. Start with yourself. Let your fingers point at you first. What are my goals for 2026? What am I looking forward to in 2026? What are the things I want to achieve in 2026 with C1? Yes, we all started with C1 when C1 had little or no products, but we did amazing. Now we've had fantastic products in the system. What are we going to achieve with out of these products in 2026? This is what we all should be looking at. I am here to help you. I am here to assist you. You've all heard from the network director himself. He is there. He has always been there, vibrant, ready to embrace you all. And he put me in that position to assist you as well. So you should all know something huge is about to happen, something big is about to happen. So what are we going to do about it? How prepared are we for 2026? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. So we need to set our goals. We need to put on plans or put in plans and also strategize on how we will be able to achieve these goals. Are you willing to start with dark market for your newcomers, for your old members of C1? Or are you looking to use the C1 travel for your new members or for your old members? What are you looking forward to? As said, we have amazing products. We have awesome products that you are able to double what you did in the past right now. So this is time for us to rise and shine. It is not time for us to just let's say rise and be there. We have where we get full information. We have where we get like ideas and how we can build, how we can grow. So use this opportunity and use the time wisely. The time is now. The time for you to make that generational worth you were talking about. It's now. So thank you again, Eddie, for this opportunity. This is just all what I had for you. So thank you again for this opportunity. I'm so honored and I'm happy to be in your midst, and I'll be so proud to see us succeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julianne, for your help and for reviving the African continent and the Filipino continent. Let's give Raj and Julianne a lot of kudos, a lot of kudos. I think Raj already logged off, but Julianne is maybe very close, somewhere in the office, but let's give them a lot of kudos for both Raj and Julianne, and of course for the whole management team, for the whole company, for Kenny, for Jonas. They couldn't be here. They are very busy somewhere, always developing new ideas, new things, but they are always with us. and that's so amazing about C1. I remember when I joined C1, May 1, 2019. May 1, 2019. I said, this is the last company I will ever jump into. I had some companies that failed us, that ran away with our money, so the so-called Ponzi scams, and I was done. But I said, C1, it will be the last company I will ever do. If this company fails us, I will quit network marketing forever. And now we are 6.5 years later, more than 6.5 years later. I'm still here. And that's so amazing about this company. They always support us. They always help us. They're always there for us, whether there are difficult times or easy times, but we can always get back to this amazing and powerful management of C1. Well, dear leaders, let's see. Let me see my schedule for the testimonials. And yes, we have some powerful leaders giving their testimonial. And of course, I want you to respond on that in the chat and respond on that with your kudos, everything. Let's start with someone from Africa, France, and UK. How can you be on 3 places at the same time? I don't know, but she managed. She really managed to do that. And she is always attending events. And let me tell you about that. Events, they are so important. It's so important to attend events all the time because events make us sharper. Events make us grow. Events make us to really get on fire. Well, we have this lady. She is totally on fire always. And her name, you can already guess, I think, is Adelaide Thatch. So Adelaide, open your
Hello, 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 hello. Can everybody hear me?
I see
We are on the new air, so now we work with avatars.
Tell your story, Adelaide.
Hey everybody, so lovely to be here like usual. I'm at a hotel, so I'm going to talk a bit slowly. Really, it's always a pleasure. So I'm just going to go because AD is really tight with the time. He gave me 7 minutes. And we all know that if we want to talk about how long we need a year, right, to just give all the testimony of what this company has done for us. To get started, before I joined Cloud1, I've always been an entrepreneur. So I was already running my business, but I was always on panic mode because you don't see tomorrow. You always care that maybe the business will end anytime soon, and I was always worried, even though I was running my businesses. So then the pandemic hit, and when the pandemic hit, all my fear became a reality because now the fear was to say, if my business can't function anymore, if I can't do anything, how am I going to survive? How do I going to raise my kids? So the pandemic was the slap of my face for the fear I've been keeping into my. Sorry, I can't give the energy that how you guys know because I'm at the reception at the hotel. But I hope you can hear me well. So during the pandemic, I was lying on my couch. I remember like yesterday, that was in 2020, April 2020. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine that we used to do something together, she texted me, she said, send me your details, send me your details. I want to register you on something. I was like, I don't, because people have been trying to pull me into networking things, and I was not the kind of person because I believe so strongly on traditional businesses, like I know that I need to work my money hard, and if my money, I don't believe on quick, fast, think money like that. But now the pandemic has showed me that the world is moving, and if you cannot, now you are in lockdown, how can your traditional business bring you money? So I was really, when she asked me my details, I was open for everything. So I just sent it to her, and I like, as soon as you don't ask me money to do anything, I'm fine. So I remember she offered to register me here. She paid my first package, even though she was offering me. But when I became so active on the company, she asked me to give her her money back, which I gladly gave because so now, if we're going to go on what Crowd One has done for me since I joined the company, first of all, I mentioned a lot about the fear of tomorrow. Crowd One definitely has took that away from me, like because I saw immediately the future, I saw my pension, I saw my retirement, I saw the security, because I understood straight away the vision behind the concept. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing when they come to understand our company. It's bigger than what everybody think. It's bigger than everything I ever seen before. Because people always focus on and I can understand because when you never had such a big vision, when you never come across something so big, you're still going to have that limitation of just focus on how far your nose can take you. So, but I'm here to say because all our leaders that try to take us places. They have been moving, digging into 10,000 different companies that overnight disappear. But we are still here, getting strong. And as I always say, as an entrepreneur myself, what I always say when I encourage the team, I always say to the people, we know today, we don't know tomorrow. But for today, we are on the safe place with the company. And like any company, the company never changed its vision compared to people what think. The vision has always been the same to give us opportunity that no one ever gave us. And the company is still doing that. Then they have to upgrade themselves to follow and to give us the best. So for me, that's what this company has given me and my children, the safe place to be, the vision, the pension, the retirement, and then I accomplish things that I never thought possible before I joined Crowd1. So my favorite product to just, I'm just going through the question that I have to answer. My favorite product in the company, I'm never going to say I have a favorite product because each product that the company has brought to us has suit my ambition, have fulfilled me. When it comes to travel, I travel with every single travel partner that we have. I use all of them, every product that comes because the vision is they keep saying that put your egg on many baskets. And because the company gave us that chance to put our egg on different baskets, so every time the company bring a new basket for me to put my egg inside, I just put my egg without even thinking of tomorrow. And that's what I want to encourage you people to be doing. Just put yourself in each basket. Don't focus because people get so worried about what if it doesn't work. But what if it works? So you can just shift that mindset and go on the mindset, what if it works? Which kind of regret do you want to have? Because I rather have a regret where, oh, I just lost a couple of quid than the regret of like, what if I had put my money, I would have been. So that pain you're going to carry your entire life, right? So I rather have the pain of, oh, I just lost a couple of quid into that, what if I did that before? And you get angry about that. So, AJ, I think I did all the questions you answered. Let me double check again. So, yeah, then to finish, just to say, guys, watch the space. Just don't focus on what is going on because life is just like that. You decide which part of your brain you want to be using. You want to be using the positive and see the growth of something, or you just want to sit down and just see the little. Because to be honest with our company, the vision, the how can I say that word? French want to fight English, but what I'm trying to say is the powerful thing with our company is they are 10 years ahead of anything you ever think. So just keep that trust in your heart and keep going. And for me, I just want to wish all of you a very, very happy Christmas and then keep your goals set for 2026 because I'm pretty sure that it will never be the same. Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
All right, thank you, Adelaide, and give her some kudos. Next time we want to see your real face and not your scape face.
Okay. I tried to remove it, but I couldn't. I don't know how. I know I put it on, but now I try to remove it. I try to put my camera on. It's still the same thing coming on. So.
All right, so you have something to figure out. You have 2 weeks of time. Before we are back with the next training, to figure out how to get your real face back. So, dear leaders, let's move on very quickly because we have a few more speakers to go, and this is encouraging for each and every one of us. Well, the next speaker, I hope her Wi-Fi is still working. I know this is a lady who had so many challenges in life, so many, but she always remained positive. I know her for several years already. I meet with her every year on every C1 event. She loves to travel. She is always traveling. When I text her, yes, I'm traveling here. When I text her the week after, yes, I'm traveling here. So, lady who really loves to travel. And yeah, I want to introduce from Australia, Robin.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction, Eddie. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, well, I'm pleased to be here tonight sharing my testimony with all you lovely people around the world. I'm Robin Thomas and I live in beautiful Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. We're hosting the Olympic Games in 2032, so put that on your calendar and come to Aussie then. Look, I just want to say briefly my experience. I joined in March 2020, so 5 years I've been here. I've been through the ups and downs as we all have, but I have never given up. I've always had the faith that this is what I need. I always keep the vision that Jonas said in the first time I met him, that this is something for all people to create wealth for everybody, not just the rich getting richer. And, you know, now that we've got our corporate, that is exactly how it's panning out for me. So before I joined C1, I was working as an aged care nurse, giving back to my community. I've done a lot of other jobs like real estate and marketing and merchandising, sales repping, all that sort of thing. But then I got cancer. I got cholangiocarcinoma, and I was really not looking very good, but I survived. I had the chemotherapy and I survived, and I'm very lucky and blessed to be here, very grateful indeed. So I actually resigned from my job when I was diagnosed, because I thought I'm just going to fight this with everything I've got. Now, when I got home, I was recovering and I thought, what am I going to do now? I'm too young to retire. And a good friend of mine, Noel Lehane, I think Noel's on tonight, he rang me up and he said, Rob, have a look at this. So I looked at the video. It was very sketchy. It was from South Africa. I didn't really understand the dialect. But when I understood the income streams, the 7 ways to earn income, I just rang Noel back and said I'm in, and I've been in ever since. Okay, it's just such an amazing company. The best thing that I really do love about C1 is that it's digital, it's online. We don't have to have cupboards full of creams and potions. You can market it to anybody. There's translations going on now with A1. We can, do so much now. And, I really do believe that with the help from our head office, I've always been able to get assistance either from customer support, Raj, Julianne, but even, I ring you guys, if I've got your number and I'm a bit stuck, or I'll send you a text, hey, I'm a bit stuck here, what to do? And believe me, I'm not the best on the computer, but you know what, if I can work it out, I've got my tag market all set up and I see my money coming in every day and I'm excited. So, I'm a grandma, I've got 7 grandkids and I'm doing this for them. So, when I saw one of my granddaughters yesterday, I showed her my tag market and she goes, what's this, Grandma? And I said, see all these little things here? That's all the money coming into my account and I'm going to set one up for you. And she goes, when can I get the money? Like all kids, when can I get the money? And I said, hang on, girl, hang on. We're going to compound it. So I explained to her what that all meant. And then we're going to grow it so that you can go and do your 14 years of child psychology at university, and then you're going to have a good foothold on the planet. You're not going to be left behind. You're going to have your grandma behind you all the way. So I've got 7 grandkids and another one coming. So I'm doing that for all the grandkids. And I just want to say that I'm ahead of the field. Not many people I know understand crypto, and they go, crypto, what's that? Oh, that's dodgy, you know, if someone's lost money on that and all the rest of it. And I said, but look, the first thing you've got to learn is to educate yourself. So, you know, I've learned so much since joining C1 with crypto and NFTs and, you know, buying digital pics and all this sort of stuff. I've just learned all this, and so I can have conversations with, you know, the younger generation going to uni, or, you know, they go, oh, do you know about that stuff? And I go, sure, I do. So obviously my best product at the moment would have to be tag markets and, you know, the Corbett, because, you know, I put in my money and I matched it with my Corbett, and all of a sudden I've multiplied it 24 times. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I also do love Planet IX. That's got me. But I also, well, I buy all of them, to be honest. I use all the products. I'm getting into the health ring. I've got my ring size. I'm getting onto that. I've always used to travel, and Metaverse. Now, Metaverse was good. Well, it still is good because it taught me the confidence to make a decision whether I want to buy something or sell something with the trade. So that got me, you know, trading sort of with Metaverse, and that sort of led into tag markets. So, you know, I can trade if I want to, but at the moment I'm just letting the AI do it for me. So yeah, I do love all the products, and you know, when you're talking to people, not all the products are going to match with everybody. So there's something, I think, in our little portfolio that will suit everybody. You know, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter who you talk to, one of our products, they're going to go, aha, I need that, you know, or if they're like me, they need them all. The way I see my future is only getting better and better, like setting my goals. Yes, I do struggle with time management with my grandchildren, and also travelling. As Eddie pointed out, I'm always travelling. Australia's a very big country, but so's the world, right? So, you know, my goal is to try and manage my time a little bit better so that I can keep growing my team and getting out to some of the islands in the Pacific, because we do have people in Vanuatu, New Zealand, Samoa, Tonga, New Guinea, but, you know, their internet is worse than mine, so it's a bit difficult at times to get them on the Zooms. But anyway, I'm sort of leading them as well, so they're not left in the dark. I tell them what I learn, so I'm passing my knowledge on to them. And this is another great thing I love about C1, is that it's helped me to be a better leader. And certainly listening to Eddie's training every Thursday night, I'm always on, because I love his training. You can never get enough of Eddie's training. It is fantastic. Thank you, Eddie. And the future for me is just growing and growing and growing in all ways, in my leadership ways, financially, and my health. That's all positive for me. I'm just going to get better and better and better and stronger and stronger and stronger. And I can't wait to see you all next time I come over your way, wherever you are. So that's enough for me. Just keep going, everybody. If you get stuck, call out. You know, we don't know if you need help unless you put your hand up. Okay. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you, Robin, for your beautiful story. And let's give Robin some kudos as well. She deserves it, you know. And talking about Metaverse, one of the favorite products of Robin, you can even earn some dollars with it. That's amazing, you know. I withdrew several times already $80, $90, $60 from Metaverse. So play the game, learn to trade, and earn some money. Then, speaking about tag markets, the very special product, I just checked my MetaTrader. Again, today, 1.74% profit return on investment. So that's the percentage on your initial investment, on your initial money that you put in. 1.74% today. Yesterday was a bit smaller day. It was only 0.94%. But we had days of 8%, 9%, 7%, 6%. So on average, we always have at least 5% return on investment per week with tech markets. And that's really powerful, especially for the next generation of people. Actually, the generation that will take care for us when we grow old. We are still all young, but one day we grow old and the next generation has to take care for us. Well, they will do it with what we earn already. So we go to the next speaker, the next leader. And now we move from UK, from Australia, we move to the African continent. And let's go to Lydia. She's the next one giving a testimonial. So Lydia, if you can open your mic, we are ready to hear your story.
Oh, thank you so much, Sir Eddie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this precious world. A very, very hearty, warm C1 welcome to every one of you. And thank you for the opportunity, Sir Eddie, to come and share. I joined Crowd One, then known as Crowd One, in May 2019 at a very low ebb in my life. There was almost foreclosure on our home. Our business was going down. My son was diagnosed with a very, very serious brain illness called schizophrenia. Actually, if you look at it in the medical terms, it's top of the range with regards brain mental health. And I just want to say thank you to God above all, and to my upliner, Mr. Smile, who called me one afternoon and asked me, he said to me, Lydia, where are you? I said, I'm at home. He said, is it possible for me to come and visit you? I said, absolutely, sir. Mr. Smile came over to my house. He told me about Crowd One. He sat down, explained to me the little that he knew at the time. And the reason I say this is because we had just started out in C1 and we were all learning together. He signed me up. He paid for me. And he said to me, now let's go out in faith and work with this. And guys, for all of you that are on this call today and that know me, you know I'm a woman of truth and principle. So what I am saying to you here today is absolutely truthful. I then started to work not knowing what this was about. But you know what we say in network marketing? When a good opportunity is given to you, take it, run with it, and you will learn along the way. I learned that when I ask God to give me wisdom, He gives me wisdom. When I ask Him for guidance, He gives me guidance. When I ask Him for strength, He gives me strength. And that is what I did at the time. I just started calling people. I knew nothing about nothing, truthfully. And having this to concentrate on my son and his illness and what he was going through, I just asked God to give me strength because I needed finances and I needed it seriously. So to cut a long story short, I started calling. getting flyers together, speaking to people, going out on the road, going to garages, stopping on the street corners, asking people to come to my door, having tea parties with them, sitting down. And you know what, guys? I started to learn, wow, this Crowd One is an amazing, amazing business. This is manna from heaven. And I am not going to stop spreading this gospel. So Crowd One became my gospel. That's what it became. Not that I am not saying that the Bible was not my gospel, but I found a new gospel through the Word of God. And I started to preach C1. And I want to tell you something. Mr. Smile, I'm not here to sing his praises. And everybody knows that we are very close to each other because he just is a brother from another mother. But someone whom I will never forget, together with his precious family for as long as I live. He held my hand, guided me, shared gift codes with me, helped me to boost the business, and said to every one of us that came on board and that were with him, you guys will be a millionaire this year if you listen to me. Take this baton and run with it. We used to hold presentations. We would go to places and spaces. We would talk to people. We would do things that was, time, effort, energy, everything put into it to get C1 growing and going. And yes, we did win. And guys, guess what happened? I was able to pay off my home. I purchased a brand new vehicle. Crowd One, guys, and I hope you're listening. So Crowd One is something I will never turn my back on and walk away because I never can. I never can. I think it would be ungratefulness on my part if I had to do that. And so I was able to fund better medication for my son. And that for me was like, wow. And we just started helping everyone and anyone through C1. The bowser, the pump attendant, the gardener, our domestic workers or our helpers, as I would prefer calling them. Whoever I found, I spread C1 to. I paid for a lot of people. I made sure they get on board. I paid for a lot of people that they brought on board with the help of God. And we started to grow, and I grew a phenomenal team. I am director, 3-star, soon to be president. Just a little bit more to go, and I will be there, still working very hard on C1. Not a day goes by that C1 is never mentioned in our home. It is part of our lifestyle because it has been a pure blessing. And that is the truth of Lydia Ezra's story in C1. I have leaders on here today that are still with me from May 2019. And Zodwa Mahubani is one of my leaders that came on board right at the beginning. And she is still with me working tirelessly. Guys, here is something about finding an opportunity. There have been many projects that have come and gone, many over time, many that have stolen and robbed us along the way. And yes, we did hit a glitch in SA when Devi Sankari came onto carte blanche and she tarnished the name of Crowd One. Why? And I want you to listen to me. Why was she at liberty to do this? Because there were people in our community of Crowd One that was not doing justice to the way they were directing Crowd One to other people. So let us be careful about how we share, guys. what we do, what we spread, because truthfulness is important. And that is my story. And if you would ask me which is my favorite product, every single Crowd One product is a favorite product. But what do I love the best? I love tag markets. I am enjoying tag. I am enjoying the 24x. I'm enjoying the compounding, the profits coming in, the team building. I am loving every bit of it. Do you know what it's done for me, guys? It's given me a new lease on life in C1. Fitness is absolutely great. Metaversity is another blessing. Our C1 travel is just incomparable to any other travel market. And you know, if I must say this, I think I'm actually very biased. C1 for me is just the best thing on the face of the earth, and there will never be another company to outgrow C1. We have an amazing back office. We have superb leaders. And Miss Julian has just been an awesome blessing to every single one of us. Whenever you reach out to her, she's always there. And as for Mr. Smile, whether it's day or night, sunset or sunrise, whenever you ask him for assistance, he's always at your beck and call. So thank you, Crowd One. Thank you for being a blessing to me and my family. Thank you for giving us life. Thank you for showing us that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I am looking forward to 2026 because it's going to be an amazing year with God on my side and with C1 beside me. Thank you, Sir Eddie. Back to you.
Thank you, Lydia, for this powerful, powerful story. And so amazing that you mentioned God. And I remember we joined in the same month. And actually we have the same thoughts. This business is a God-given business. God gave, and that is so amazing about C1. We are still here, and we will meet soon. We are hoping, we are planning to do something in the coming year, first quarter, to bring the South Africans, to bring the other Africans, to bring the Philippine people to Dubai for a couple of days and have some power days with these actually pioneer countries. And that's really powerful. That's really amazing. Dear leaders, it's a grand finale that we are going to watch to. We are going to watch a grand finale of this last session of 2025. After this grand finale, I will announce 2026, of course. I need to grab water after this. But the grand finale, how can we close off without one big man? The man with always a smile on his face. The man behind the words, see miracles in life every day. And we all know him. We all know his enthusiasm, his fire. And dear leaders, I want to give the floor to my brother, my good friend, and brother from another mother, also from another father, but we have the same Father in heaven. And that's always our Father, whoever we are, in whatever family we have been born. Dear brother, Mr. Smile, give us some fire.
Oh, thank you, Brother Eddie. Wow, there's already some fire in the house, and perhaps, you know what, we need a fairness. I see that everybody is just on fire, on fairness. Well, that's really wonderful. I'm really, really excited. I don't have words to can put it better. Thank you so much, Brother Eddie, for making this possible, for bringing in the CEO. We spent time with Martin in several places for many years since 2019, and we've known each other for 6 years, and now we are going for 2026. Now that's really amazing. I think a 6 has a number because, the revolving, rejuvenation, and robust in 2025 is because of something that's coming in 2026. And this 6 years that we spent together as a family in C1, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family. It means a lot to my community. It just means a lot. But thank you, Brother Eddie. You've been there holding this light. You never hid it under the bed. You never hid it under the table. You are just the light bearer. You are a nightingale, man. You're a nightingale. I think we should all give it up to Brother Eddie right now. Let's go to the reactions and just give him some kudos and, just give him some love. Let's show some love to Brother Eddie. We love you, brother. I think not many people can tell you that they love you from Africa, and it's only from C1 Crowd One members that they can say, we love you, Brother Eddie. And not you alone. We know that you are just mirroring somebody that is your beautiful wife, Mariana. Please pass our love and hugs and kisses. In Africa, we don't just kiss on the lips. We kiss on the cheeks, we kiss on everywhere, we just kiss, So we wish the best of, love life. And you guys are really amazing. No wonder you're getting younger and younger, yet you're a grandpa here. And you're a grandpa of 2. And it's really amazing, man. That's really great. And next year, 2020 success, I think it's going to be amazing. I don't have words. I just heard from Raj himself. You know how I normally give these acronyms to Raj? RAJ, retire after joining C1. That's how it is, because that's how you can look at it from that way. But you guys been wonderful. But also, we just been blessed by our Julie. Julianne is so wonderful. She's just like that lady that was on the picture waiting to can come alive, and God just used her as a vessel to can come through to C1 and just mother us and be the queen and just be the light bearer as well, just like you are doing. And you are doing this not only for Africa alone, you are doing this for Philippines, you are doing this for the French alongside with Juliana. She's really doing a wonderful job. She's got a huge team now. She's the mother of Africa. She's the queen of Africa. For what? Also for the Philippines and also for the South America. That's really huge. Now we're hoping that everybody will be coming in. We're hoping that everybody who's been in a Crowd One will come to C1 as we are revolving and becoming very robust. Thank you so much. But also just want to thank, Adelaide, the wonderful Adelaide. We could only see the avatar. I think she's already bought, a package on that is the Gaming Scape platform, because she's just shown us her avatar. But also, it's so wonderful to see Robin Thomas, man. I mean, she had it all. I mean, she went up and down with the health lifestyle, and she's now back and bouncing. And I think she'll be calling people like Nick to can be really spearheading this. But also, just to give my accolades to someone who's very close to me in terms of my communication in my family, that is Lydia Ezra. Wow, Lydia. Let us just give it up for Lydia Ezra, who has made the most powerful testimony. It actually touched my heart, and I think it touched you. Let's give it up for Lydia Ezra. She is so patient. She's not only a teacher, she's a tutor, she's a mentor, she's a psychologist to many people, and given her background from her legal background, and she is bringing this in here. She is very meticulous. If there's one who's really meticulous behind this that I've worked with alongside, that is Lydia Ezra. And not only that, she is the voice of C1 in Africa. When we do presentations, she's there to can handle patiently. I have never seen a person who's patient like her, but of course, I don't blame it. She inherited that from her, very strong personality, her mother, who is really, really the person behind the gospel that she is preaching right now. So want to wish herself and also her mom the best of 2026 and a prosperous early now Christmas. And we know the reason why we celebrate Christmas is because of someone who is risen, who is alive in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm mentioning this because this is the time. That's the reason we celebrate Christmas. And we want to like accommodate everybody to can say when you get to Dubai, when you need to celebrate more after Christmas, and just to know who is the person we're talking about, the one who is resurrected, get hold of, Eddie, and he'll take you to this place. And this is what he will do. He will just baptize you with not only C1, but with the Holy Spirit. That's the power behind it. Guys, we are governed here. We have a vision here. And this vision behind us is not just an ordinary vision. And I'll just share a story, just a little story that I shared with Lydia Ezra, to say that a person like Moses had a vision that nobody else knew in the Bible. Moshe, that's how to call it. And where did Moshe get born? He was born in Africa. So C1 was made for Africa. And he had to say, let my people go. So I guess that is the sign now to say, if you were financially held back, just tell that mountain to say, let me go. And it will go, because we have something special over here. We have many products here. We have, tech markets, which we love. All of us love tech markets. And we're now going to love more the UNX, which is going to trade also on weekends on crypto. And we also have something very special. Right now, Eddie is married to someone else right now. Of course, married to Mariana. But you can show us your ring to show us you are married again. Can you please share that? Now, guys, this is amazing ring. It's ultra human ring. This ring inside, it's got some tracking, and it's also got some health provision in it, and it's also paying you. It's paying you fit coins. Yes, you'll share that with us, Brother Eddie. Fit coins are the biggest thing right now. So if you don't have to really do anything right now. It's an opportunity for everyone in C1 to log into their C1 Fitness and start watching those videos. Perhaps you can start exercising, but just to learn what it is. If you're a boxer, you're in martial art, or you are in Tai Chi, and you want to do yoga, this is the place to be. But all in all, that's an opportunity of a lifetime. And we're getting ready for this C1 Fitness. So you're going to get everybody that you know. The company itself, it's already made a deal with a top soccer professional football club called AC Milan. That's really amazing. And I can tell you something that's coming, someone whom you don't even think can be part of this in Africa. That is none other than DJ Black Coffee, who's going to be part of this. Now, that's really amazing. It's there, it's written. So all in all, guys, I want to encourage you to be part of this. You don't have really to pay now to really have something that we have. It's privilege for us here in C1 to have C1 Fitness, but also something very special, C1 Travel. And I know me and Brother Ed, we like traveling, and you know what, we just like, it's an addiction already. You can't spend 1 month in one country. This is an opportunity. You can book your flights through C1 Travel. How amazing. And you can choose the exclusive hotels of your choice at a very discounted rate. Well, I don't want to promote anything here now, but I've done it already. I just want to promote everybody who is in here right now to say this is an opportunity of a lifetime to be part of these guys. It doesn't matter how it is. It takes only $10 to be part of tech markets. And this is the beauty behind it. I look at the profits. The profits, yes, I understand they look attractive, but for me, that is not the main goal. What is the main goal? The main goal is your commissions, guys. And where do you get your commissions? That's when you sign up people. You have seen that from Brother Ed. He's shown that video. Watch that video about Stratify. Stratify is amazing, guys. The commission that comes on it, they don't slow down. They actually on growth momentum. They're on growth. So you might start with $10. In the next 2 weeks is $20. In the next few weeks is about $80. So that's something that you should look up to say we have something very special. Well, testimony about myself, guys. I've been in the company for 6 years. And in these 6 years, I have achieved beyond measure. And that is not on financial achievement. This is on friendship. We have made friendship that is really amazing. We're teaching right now. I'm teaching Raj how to can communicate in an African language. I'm teaching Julianne. They must know to say Sawubona, Dumela, Habari. You know, we have beautiful language. You know, we are a melting pot in Africa to can really say, come to Africa, come to Nigeria, come to Kenya, come to Zambia, come to, to Zimbabwe, and come to the most beautiful country of them all in the world. That is South Africa, where every language is spoken here. We have close to about 15 languages that are unofficial, but there are official 11 languages, and additional, it's one of the languages that has a combination of all the languages. Right now, we are trying to combine the most spoken language here in South Africa, that is Swahili, and also the Chinese language. So it's going to be exciting. But there are people who speak German, who speak, Dutch. Actually, most of the African nation in South Africa, they are of the Dutch descendant. And here is me now talking to another man who is a Dutch. And now he wants to have a place here in South Africa. And don't miss out on having a place in Nigeria and Kenya. Visit the Serengeti. Visit the people around here. See what they live like. We have really beautiful people. I think if anyone needs to get some models, they must come to Africa. Well, knowing is not the same as doing, guys. You might know something, but you've got to do it. Right now, I urge you, as people go on vacation, go on leave, and we are just network marketers. We don't close down. We don't shut down. Every day is just an opportunity for us to can sign up somebody. It's an opportunity for us to can upgrade from $10 to $50 and just top up every time. You know, you can start, maintaining your body weight by just limiting the way you eat and putting your funds into tech markets and buying that, product in the scape. Now that's going to be amazing, because I've seen some NFTs that moves from just only $1,000, guys, to about $50,000 in just few days. That's really amazing. Get to know what's happening on your OpenSea. Get this, OpenSea, it's where you can buy and sell your NFTs that are from Scape. But well, we'll talk more about the rest of the future. We are planning with the team here in Africa. We are looking forward to go to Bali 2026. We call it 2020 success, and we seeing the difference with what is happening with, in South Africa. We have what you call a rand as the currency, and this is what it stands for, RAND, retiring after national defeat by cryptocurrency. And we can see that, guys, cryptocurrency is taking over. So get that wallet, get everybody to be in, sign up your friends, families, and also don't forget your frenemies. I want to thank you, Brother Eddie. I know I've taken much of your time. Mine was just to echo what the speakers have just said, and I'll have my time to can give the testimony. You know what they say? Documentation beats conversation. We saw this today. We are having profits today. Yes, yesterday we had a loss, but also it was cushioned by another profit. And today we are having the double barrel profit, and you can just only 12 exit amplified, only using something that's very special, that is GUID, Global Unique ID from C1. Brother Eddie, we can talk till cows come home. It's not just only 6 years, it's 6 years of success, and 2020 success is meant for us to be successful in many ways, health-wise, spiritually, and also mentally, which is what you are doing. As you prosper, do not prosper alone. Let your neighbors prosper. If you have not made it for this year, 2025, didn't go well, just know that a setback was a setup for your comeback in 2026. It's not over until God says so. All the glory to God. I just want to thank everybody who has spoken here and everybody who's listening right now to say, your time, start now. Never count anyone out. Never look down upon anyone. This is the time to can get your triple F in, your friends, your family, and your frenemies. Thank you so much. And Raphael, thank you so much. I know you really like building a huge team. And I want to thank you, Julian, for being a wonderful queen for Africa. Thank you, Raj. Words can't put it better. And thank you to our CEO, that is Martin, and also to your team, everyone who's having a team in the world. Build it, guys, and just enjoy the benefits of C1. Let's maximize 2020 success. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Mr. Smile. We have met so many times, and I'm pretty sure we have to go to South Africa somewhere next year. But we, as said before, we will bring South Africa to Dubai as well. We have been eating rabbits together. We've been eating sushi.
Yes.
We've been eating Greek together. We have been drinking together, mastiga, everything. So that's amazing. Dear friends, dear family, let's give some kudos to Mr. Smile as well. He deserves it. And yes, he's a wonderful, amazing leader. We have contact every week. We try to have contact every week again. We are joining each other webinars regularly. So it's always inspiring to work together. Now, I want to give all of you, let's give all of you, everyone who is still here attending, let's give all of you kudos. All the leaders still online. Let's give you a lot of kudos all the time. My family is joining in right now. They are on the side, but they are here. And I will give your greetings as well to the family. And dear leaders, this was the last session of 2025. It's almost Christmas. We will be celebrating the birth of Jesus. We will be back in 2026. Next week is Christmas. The week after it's New Year's Day. So we will be back January 8th. So we take a little vacation. Are we really doing vacation? Yeah, maybe a little. Maybe a little. But are we really doing vacation? No, of course not. We will be preparing for 2026. I will be writing some new trainings for 2026. We will keep on duplicating even in the last days of 2025. So I'm counting on all of you to be here 2026, January 8th, January 8th, 2026. Be here, not alone, because it's not a solo business, as I said before in my short presentation. It's a team effort, it's a family business, it is doing it together. So bring all your teams. Let's start 2026 in the right way. Not as consumers, but as leaders. And leaders, they always come in time. So they are here 2:45 p.m. Dubai time, 15 minutes before the start of the webinar. Then in that 15 minutes, they use their phone to call all their team members and they lead their teams. That's what we are going to do in 2026. So dear leaders, from my side in Dubai, I think it's already raining here. We expect a lot of rain tonight. A lot of rain. We expect floodings, whatever. But we need the rain. See you all in 2026. And if you want to reach out to me or to Mr. Smile or to Lydia or to Adelaide or to Raj, Julianne, we are available to be reached out to, even in the last days of 2025. I want to say God bless you all. Have a blessed and beautiful Christmas with all the people that are close to you. Have a great start of the new year. And love you all, guys. It's our grandson popping in right now. Love you all, guys. See you next year. Have a great time all together. God bless. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.